Is the term, money doesn't bring happiness, some sort of coping mechanism? You ever see someone unhappy on a jet ski? Rich people can be miserable too, but they'll be super comfortable and miserable. IDK. But money does bring happiness. If not directly then indirectly by buying things that make you happy. Coming from poorer upbringings, money buys happiness. It affords me the luxuries I did not have as a child, such as an air-conditioned home. I think the point is that there will always be something to be sad or depressed about. Having money can definitely make life easier, and being some joy, like being able to buy new consoles, phones, dream homes and cars, etc. You're obviously going to be happy about those things. But you're still going to feel down about the environmental crisis. You're still going to cry when your pet dies or you lose a family member. Your heart's still going to be broken when a partner leaves you or cheats, etc., etc., etc. So the saying is more so about how, even with money, you're not going to be happy 100% of the time. You'll just find new things to be sad about. Much more to the point is that lack of money can definitely bring a boatload of unhappiness. As someone who's gone from financial stability to homeless and sleeping on friends' couches and then back to financial stability, can confirm money is highly correlated with my happiness. Easier to be happy if you're not starving. This is the first year my wife and I both make over 6 figures. Problems still arise, but the means to provide solutions are less stressful. Anyone that says differently is a bit crazy. IMHO. Money brings happiness in the sense that it brings security and removes existential problems such as not being able to afford food or bills. Most other things you can get with money won't bring you true happiness. On its face, it's a true statement. Money does not buy happiness, particularly for those people who have never experienced living paycheck to paycheck. But for those of us who have experienced living paycheck to paycheck, money sure does go a very long way at making happiness easier to come by. So that's my go-to response to anyone who tells me that. It usually shuts them up. To keep them from being sad from not having it. I've never been sad when I have money, but when I'm broke things tend to be stressful. Money certainly makes it easier to be happy, but it doesn't guarantee happiness by itself. I think a more accurate phrase would, money doesn't guarantee happiness. I read a study where they found a certain level of money does bring happiness. They said couples earning between $200,000 and $400,000 is the sweet spot. Eliminates the stress of worrying about paying bills and arguing about money, and they have enough to afford daycare, hire a cleaner, etc. to make their lives easier. As many marital disputes tend to be about these things, they have found they actually can buy happiness. However, truly rich people usually live in a different way, where their mere existence costs a ton of money, thus causing lots of rich people problems. When you do some digging, a lot of millionaires who make $600,000 $700 million a year find no more excitement in their life because they've done it all. Some go to therapy, others resort to drugs. Some even do charity work because they have no other happiness in life. Buying stuff when you're that rich gets old really fast. The figure is probably different now, but a study was done a while back that indicated any income greater than $140,000 per year had no appreciable effect on happiness. What we can take away from this is that once material needs are met and the stress of financial insecurity removed, more money does not solve the problems intrinsic to the human condition. You'll still argue with family, still get divorced or go through breakups, Still stress about petty things at work. Still struggle with existential dread, etc., etc. I was making solid-ass money and was close to suicide. I quit recently. Make less. Feeling a little better. I always thought money doesn't buy happiness was BS. I don't think so anymore. Money doesn't ensure happiness, is my take. A coworker of mine worked his way into a senior position. Big salary, big house, expensive hobbies, nice car, etc. Miserable underneath, utterly bored of his life, and nothing he could buy gave him any lasting pleasure. To an extent, it does make your life easier, so some of the hardships you experience would not be a problem anymore. But it's naive to think that it would solve all your problems, and did not in fact present some others that you didn't have up until that point. There are things that just cannot be bought, and the happiness being a mental state is one of them. The phrase "money can't buy happiness" is actually meant to tell people with lots of money that getting more will not make you happier, and the endless pursuit of it will usually end in less happiness. It's been misused and misunderstood for a long time. If you are poor, earning more will absolutely make you happier, but there is a limit where it won't anymore. It's not a really coping mechanism. Most people who don't have money would be happier with money. Because money removes problems, money facilitates free time to do what makes you happy. Is it going to make you happy if you're depressed or boring? What if you have no hobbies and have never done anything but work? The saying isn't for people in poverty to feel better about themselves. It's a warning to not spend your life chasing wealth above all else, lest you end up rich and depressed sitting alone on a pile of gold.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. TooAfraidToAsk is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.